I'm joining the other side.
What?
Why? I want to live in the real world. It's parenting like this that pushed me into religious radicalism. Bye. It's not a religion, but okay.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. You ever been to a house party and people start to leave and you look around, and there's like you and that weird guy who's been in the corner and he has mustard on his shirt, and then there's like the host and like her sorority friends, and then that's it, and there's no one left. And you're like, this is a little awkward. I gotta get out of here. This is very similar to the modern day Democrat Party. The modern day Democrat Party is gonna have no one left in it. At least nobody that you'd want to party with. Georgia Democrat has defected to the GOP. She's from dark blue Atlanta. She says that Democrats have crucified and abandoned her. What's up? Democrats have gotten away with using and abusing the black community. Misha Maynor told Fox News Digital. Pescario. The Peach State lawmaker who angered her Democrat colleagues in the Georgia State House of Representatives over her support for a recent school choice bill is excited to announce that she's officially switching parties. Misha Maynor, a Democrat who represents District 56 in Georgia State House since January 2021, will be leaving and switching her party to Republican. When I decided to stand up on behalf of disadvantaged children in my community for school choice, my Democrat colleagues didn't stand by me, Maynor explained. For too long, the Democrat Party has gotten away with using black people in the community. For decades, the Democrat Party has received support from 90% of the black community. And what do they have to show for it? I represent a solidly blue district in the city of Atlanta. This is not a political decision. This is a moral one. She's gone nuclear on Twitter.com, tweeting out her photo, her new party registration. My name is Misha Maynor. Today, I made the decision to leave the Democrat Party. I represent a deep blue district of Atlanta. Political decision for me was a moral one. I will never apologize for being a black woman with a mind of my own. Good for you, dude. Way to go. Smart decision. And probably really smart decision in a state like Georgia, where like people aren't. If there are Democrats in Georgia, they're not the kind of Democrats that are like down with this modern day Democrat Party. The modern day Democrat Party is gender doesn't exist, parents' rights don't exist. The only thing, no religion exists. The only thing that exists is our globalist sludge, the global sludge uniparty that demands full and total allegiance and control of your life. That's it. And people ain't down with it, especially Democrats from the Deep South. Louisiana State Rep ditches Dems for GOP, says he stands for working people. In a statement, Louisiana House Democrat Caucus Chair Sam Jenkins noted that though his party affiliation may have changed, Lacombe will still stand for the same values. Okay, this is an interesting theory. The theory that effectively like there was a switch, right? So this is how you account for the Deep South still having like Kentucky has a Democrat governor, right? There's a Democrat governor of West Virginia, and he's actually switched party to Republican Party live at a Trump rally. He switched to the Republican Party. So this guy's name is Jim Justice. How do you win in a state as red as West Virginia? If you are a Democrat, well, you're really actually a Republican. You just ran sort of on a legacy ticket, right? It's like a legacy Democrat office, which a lot of these places were. Republicans have won in these places because this is obviously where the vast majority of Christians live. This is where the vast majority of freedom-loving people live. And this is where the vast majority of people are moving who love those things. Jim Justice announced that he will flip Democrat Party to GOP, making the announcement on Thursday night while appearing at a rally with President Trump. Today I tell you, with lots of prayers and lots of thinking, I tell you West Virginians, I can't help you anymore being a Democrat governor. Democrats have walked away from me, the governor argued, and reflected about his late mother, a fan of President Ronald Reagan, saying, Jimmy, it's about time you came to your senses. Okay. Jim Justice is a heck of a character there. So you've had a spate of Democrats who have left their own parties. Here's Fox News reporting on the Louisiana Democrats fleeing.
Dealing another blow to the Democrats as a third representative of the state leaves the Democrat Party for the GOP. Louisiana Democrat, as of a couple minutes ago, Jeremy Lacombe recently announced he's now registering as a Republican, making him the second Louisiana lawmaker to switch parties in less than a month. Last month, Louisiana House Republicans earned a supermajority after State Representative Francis Thompson left the Dems. Same thing happened in North Carolina when State Representative Tricia Cotham switched over to the Republican Party as well. Ash.
So these are big decisions because they actually give supermajorities to the Congresses or take away or steal power from what little Democrats have. A good example of that is in the United States Senate, where Kristen Sinema left the Democrat Party, effectively giving the Senate a 50-50 split right down the middle. That is only abridged by the vice president, Kamala Harris, cackling through and screaming at the top of her lungs, both eyeballs sort of diverging, going different places, talking about hot dogs. U.S. Senator Kristen Sinema of Arizona is leaving the Democrat Party to become an independent. She said on Friday, this was written in December, just days after the Democrats won a Senate race in Georgia and secured 51 seats in the 100-member chamber. Like a lot of Arizonans, I have never fit perfectly in either national party, she told the Arizona Republican newspaper. An aide said not whether she would caucus with the Democrat. Sinema herself, however, said that she would not caucus with the Republican Party and that she would just remain an independent. This is what she had to say on her party switch.
You're here to make a significant announcement.
I've registered as an Arizona independent. I know some people might be a little bit surprised by this, but actually, I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, a growing number of Arizonans and people like me just don't feel like we fit neatly into one party's box or the other. And so, like many across the state and the nation, I've decided to leave that partisan process and really just focus on the work that I think matters to Arizona and to our country, which is solving problems and getting things done.
Kristen Sinema, legitimately an independent thinker. I like Kristen Sinema. She's nuts on some things. She's like crazy weird on some other stuff. You ever seen the way she dresses? It's like a character out of the Hunger Games. But I love her. As much as I also similarly love Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, super based, super interesting. One of the more interesting people in American politics. Ran against Joe Biden. BTFO'd Kamala Harris's entire career, destroying her on stage, also switching parties.
No longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism, who actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution, who are hostile to people of faith and spirituality, who demonize the police but protect criminals at the expense of law-abiding Americans.
Boom. Tulsi Gabbard. Run for president. Become Donald Trump's vice president. I don't know, man. I think it's great, but this is a major trend line. Happening in Atlanta, happening in Louisiana, happening in Arizona, happening in Hawaii, where Tulsi's from. Also, North Carolina. This is a very recent one. North Carolina Democrat switches parties, giving Republican a veto-proof majority in the state House. Boom. Shakalaka. So this is a member of the state House, Tricia Cotham, won as a Democrat in her blue district last fall by nearly 20 points. Very popular. So get ready. North Carolina Republicans gained a veto-proof supermajority. That governor's mansion, by the way, is going to go to our boy, Mark Robinson, who is a total king. So, good energy, good movement all across the country, including in dark blue Atlanta. So what this means, effectively, is that Americans are saying enough. They're saying enough. They're saying enough Bud Light with Target. They're saying enough in these lawsuits against the Biden regime. And we are winning in the Supreme Court. It's wild to explain to younger people how impossible it was to ever win in a legal battle against the left. People are saying this is a deeply unpopular movement. There's nothing less cool than being a Joe Biden voter, and it is time. It is time for a new American Reformation, and I am totally here for it. As somebody who criticizes the Republican Party, probably more than I criticize the Democrat Party, I am here for the breaking of these parties, Republican and Democrat. And I'm very proud of the people who are brave enough to leave those plantations. Good for you, all of y'all. You're ending communism, and we want to end communism here on this channel. So please help us by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and leaving the Democrat Party.